Well, hello, everybody. I made my sock video on Workwear, and I neglected to add two to maybe three pairs of socks, two of them my own. One of them I'm just going to note to you, and you'll see why I'm going to note it here in just a little bit. But there's two options out there for you that I have that I did not mention in my video that I wanted to take care of now. Before it got too long and far into the holiday season, it's the 22nd when I'm recording this. So before Christmas, and I just wanted to say, here's the first pair, and they're on the screen too, so we'll go through them here in a minute. But I just wanted to show you because that's what I usually do. These are from Ridgecut. These are as you can see on the screen, the Ridgecut men's midweight thermal crew sock striped, two pairs. I got these. They definitely were on sale for $14, but I had some coupon that I could double stack on this, and so I basically got two pair for $13. So about $6.50 a piece. They're regularly $17 for two pair. Now, this is important in terms of the affordability argument I'm going to make here in a moment. These are 44% acrylic, 33% polyester, 20.5% wool, and 2.5% spandex. Now, the one thing about the Ridge Cuts, most of the stuff you get in Tractor Supply is affordable for the most part, and you're not going to find anything that is necessarily made in the USA unless you buy Carhartt, because they sell Carhartt there and some other brands, and you can definitely find some made in USA stuff in Tractor Supply from other brands. These here, though, these are made in China, the thermal crew socks. So now I got them just to try them. I pretty much have everything I need as far as socks are concerned now, and wool in particular. And as I stated in the last video, though, I do have some stuff made out of acrylic, and I'm talking work socks. I'm not going to round socks like my Dickies that I mentioned. They're partly cotton, partly polyester, and then they have a wick sweating technology in it. But my go-to for almost everything is going to be something made out of wool. So I wanted to try out the various affordable technologies made out of wool because I found that those definitely, I mean, they've been a game changer for me. You have to try it out for yourself to really understand that and see how it works for you. But these are a soft midweight, so they're right in the middle. There's light, there's midweight, and then there's heavyweight. A lot of people use heavyweight for winter. One of the things that we should state, and I did not state it in the video about wool, is that what it does is better than cotton, especially if you use it as a base layer for socks or whatever, base layer top, base layer bottom. And I will do a video on some base layers later on down the road when I get enough. I have like 2 or 3 merino wool tops, and then I've got just picked up one on a screaming sale at Wrangler. That is not merino wool. Those are basically all the base layers I have right now. I've got a few things I want to try out first before I make a full video on it. But what wool does is it's not that you don't sweat. It's that the base layer, or in this particular example, wool, will pull the sweat off of your skin, keeping you warm. Because what happens is when you sweat, or say like when you get into a pool and you get out and you're cold, it's because it's like a gas that is sucking the energy out of your body, cooling you off, and therefore freezing you. And what wool does is it pulls it off your body and then allows the airflow, what airflow you have in there, to dissipate it on its own. And as I noted in that video, wool is a microbial, and so you can wear it many times, and it's not going to stink on you before you wash it. And of course, another thing I should have mentioned is that it is recommended, or at least I recommend, that you should wash wool in a different way. You just don't throw these things on a normal cycle in the washer. The best thing to do would be to hand wash this sort of stuff. But you could wash it like in, say, Woolite or something like that, or something that doesn't harm the wool, depending on the specifications of the people you buy it from. And then you can wash it on delicate and then throw it into a dryer on low heat. But usually, for most wool stuff, I prefer, when I have the time and the chance, to soak it in Woolite, dry it out on a line. So anyway, so wool pulls off your sweat, keeps you cool, keeps you dry. And then it does, or keeps you warm, keeps you dry. And then it dissipates the sweat off of your body, so it's not like you're getting out of a pool and then kind of freezing, when you get out of there, because of that transfer of gases and how that all works with the body, which I'm not totally sure, but I know that it does work like that, and wool to me has been the best. The second thing I will, so these are the ridge cuts. They, comfortable and stylish, and winter's chill. A midweight is good for me, all the way down to about 30 degrees. Heavyweights anywhere between, by the time you get to freezing, 32 and lower. I usually don't use heavyweights that often, but if I need to fill up a little bit loose boot, then I might use a heavyweight. Even in the spring and the fall. So anyway, they're a wool blend, these socks from Tractor Supply, and they do have some cushion to them, I have to say, which is comfortable. Now, the next thing I want to bring up are, and I can't believe I forgot this, because I did pick some up a long time ago, and these are from Costco. These are Kirkland's. These are made in the USA. And I totally spaced off talking about these. They're merino wool blend socks, and as you can see here, you get 4 pair for $17.49. I mean, you cannot beat the value for that. So as I pull them up here, you can see right here that they are made in the USA. Being a wool sock, they are moisture wicking, as all wool is. And then you can see here the merino wool. These I would call these. Do they even say they're midweights? They don't. But I would call these a midweight sock. They're thick, but they're not too thick. They're about the same as any midweight that you could pick up at the store. So they don't state that they're midweights, but I think they're midweight because of the way they feel and how thick they are. It comes with 2 brands, as you can see here. There we go. My socks are almost exactly like the ones, or pretty much exactly like the ones in the shot there. But you get 2 of these color, and then 2 of the black color right here, which I also have. So I got 4 pair for I think they were a little bit cheaper, about $16, $15, something like that, and 57% merino wool. 24% recycled nylon, 16% nylon. So essentially a lot of nylon, right? So that's 30-40% nylon, and then 3% elastane. Now these say here, you'll find this common with wool socks, is that they tell you to turn them inside out and wash them. Do not iron, do not dry clean. Also, do not put fabric softener in these. It doesn't say it here on the care instructions, but I would just, as a general rule, do not use fabric softener on anything with wool. But you could turn them inside out. This will prevent, the reason for that is because it prevents pilling on the outside. It'll keep the outside pretty much clean and pristine, so you don't have these little fuzzy balls all over the place. So yeah, a lot of them will tell you to turn them inside out. So this side here is what's showing. I would follow those instructions to the letter. So some of them tell you to machine wash them in cold. Some say in warm. These are obviously warm. It has to do with whatever wool they're using and how they construct the sock itself. But made in the USA for $17 at Costco, Kirkland brand. I think probably if you're just starting out and wanting a bunch of pair of crew socks, they do not have any boot socks that they sell on the Kirkland brand. Just this crew sock that comes about halfway up maybe your calf. They hold up really well. I'm wearing a pair right now for my hiking boots, or even I wear these for my work boots, my cats. I'll have a video on all of that stuff coming up too pretty soon. Boots that come up just above your ankle, these are great for that. If you're in a boot sock situation that you need, then these aren't going to cut it for you because they're not long enough or tall enough. Now, there's one thing that Costco does is that they allow, they have a special relationship with Wigwam. And I'm trying to see here. This is just their story. I just wanted you to look at this. If you you'll see on their website. If I can go back here, let me go back here. Click back right here. Costco members receive an exclusive value of socks from Wigwam, and then you click that button. You might be able to get some made in the USA. I think they're from Wisconsin, the Sheboygan, Wisconsin. Yep, they say it right here, which have been around since 1905. And it looks like they have a taller sock here. So if you click on that, it'll take you, and you'll have to log in through your Costco account, but it'll take you to their page, and I'll go to their original page here in just a minute. But it takes you through the history of Wigwam. They are definitely an American company. As far as let me go back here. As far as let's just go to work sock here. And as you can see, now you're paying, though, for a pair of socks for about the same price that I got these for. Maybe a little bit more. Certainly you'd pay for 2 pair of the Ridge Cuts for $16.99, not on sale, but they're made in China. You can get through Costco 2 pair of these socks, and they are about the same price, and they're made in the USA. So let's see what they say here. It doesn't say that these are boot socks. Okay, that's what I thought. I thought they looked a little longer. So you can get a boot sock through Costco, through Wigwam, delivered to you. And they do not, that's the one thing I was a little bit, oh, here we go. I was missing the materials section over here. So these are 39% polyester, 38% merino wool, 12% acrylic, 10% stretch nylon, 1% spandex. Now, the ones that I have from Kirkland are, as you saw, higher content in the merino wool than the Wigwams. These are heavyweight socks, though, so let's go back. I may have to try out some Wigwams if I get a little bit, short on the socks. Double duty crew sock here. This is 33% merino wool. Again, all this stuff is made in the USA. These are mid-weights, so that's nice. And then there's one more I would take a look at. Mid-weights, 31% wool. Are these a crew? Just says Workmate. I'm going to guess these are kind of like a crew because they seem to just, maybe even a short crew. They're not a boot sock. So their only boot sock that looks like available is through Costco. They have heavyweight here. These are not wool whatsoever. However, we'll say this: if you're looking, these are lightweight Well, no, these are heavyweight crew socks, and they are not wool at all. But I just wanted you to really, I just sort of discovered this today, so that's why I'm not as articulate about it. But if you want two other versions, you can't go wrong if you have a Costco membership. Give these babies a try. You get 4 of them. I mean, you get 4 midweights for a really high, I would say high wool content. And then, if you're looking for something, at least you can go through Costco to get some good USA Wigwam socks. And, they have a story history. I'll let you read that on your own. So anyway, that's it. That's my addendum. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. And, of course, hang loose.
Well, back to chorin'.